Hi everybody, welcome to Taifushin Dojo and welcome to the Taifushin channel. And I hope that you're going to enjoy this vlog. This vlog is a little about special techniques that got to do with a knife. You can see here, it's actually a kitchen knife, but it's very sharp. And also a short stick, all kind of sticks, and a long staff, and some other. So I hope you enjoy this vlog. I'm not going to teach step by step. I'll show more techniques and different options that you can do with the different weapons. And I will start to upload videos more often and teaching different types of Taifushin weapon. I'm pretty sweaty because actually I finished the demonstration, so I'm going backwards. If you have any request, you feel like you want to learn certain weapon, you see I deal with all different weapons. I teach over 100 weapons from Chinese, all different types, Japanese swords, etc., Chinese swords, many type of weapon. Rope weapons like the Georgia Bien and others, and nunchakus and all kind of weapons that you can use, from tiny, small, medium, large, long, and very long weapons. All those weapons come from different types of martial arts, whether it's a Chinese Kung Fu, whether it's a Japanese Kobudo, Kobujutsu, Filipino styles, and others. So the main thing is that the Taifushin is not about learning the classic martial arts with their style of movement, but using your Taifushin movement and then apply it with all the different types of weapon that comes from the Orient or the West, and apply that dynamic of movement together with good use of your chi, flowing like the wind with the Taifushin movement, and extend that movement with a different type of weapon. So every weapon you learn, you have to actually learn the key point of each weapon, and then you can apply it in a Taifushin style. So that's the beauty of Taifushin, that you can use any weapon from any style, but you got to learn that weapon, the key points, the characteristic, what you can do, what you cannot do, and all that, and then you apply it with your own movement. So let's say if you're not super flexible and you're not super fast or you're not super acrobatic, like the Shaolin monks they do, for example, you can still work with those weapons and still can reach a good level of fighting and self-defense ability and still enjoy the art of the traditional weapons. If you use it for self-defense, you can use any object, whether it's a small, medium, large, whatever, whether it's your iPhone or your keys or it's coins or any kind of tools from the kitchen, like knives. You got many bladed weapons, a fork, whatever. You can use an umbrella, you can use a book, you can use any object. If I look at this office, for example, there's a lot of objects over there. So I can use any object actually as a weapon. So once I learn the traditional weapons, I can apply it to different objects of a daily use for self-defense and as an art of fighting. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you on the next one. Have fun, and let's go. Okay, today we're going to do a knife fighting and stick, so we can combine them together with the fluid motion. Okay, so when you have the knife can be very versatile and you can use different ways. The stick, Okay, so as you can see, this knife is pretty sharp. Take a look at that. You see? very sharp. And if I want, I can snap it out. All right, so you can see how sharp it is. So if you make a mistake, that can cost you a bad punishment. So when you deal with real knife, you have to watch out so you don't make mistake, because you can cut your ear, cut your throat, can hit your nose, your eyebrows, maybe the tip of your skull. Of course, you can cut your hands, etc. So when you hold the knife, you have to be careful. So when you do a very fast motion, you have to know that you have to be aware where is the non-cutting edge and where is the cutting blade. So when you have a cutting blade, you have to be fully aware of the area. So for example, if I cut forward and then I want to block and move it around my head, I will use the non-cutting edge toward my head, toward my neck, right? And make sure that when I slice or I come around it, I don't actually cutting myself. This is very important. And all the bladed weapon, they must be taken care of. Mainly, if it's a Japanese sword, when you slide it, you want to be careful of this area, or your toe, or your fingers. If you're cutting close to your legs, you have to be careful that you don't hit and cut your legs, or your stomach, or the face anywhere. And of course, when you practice with your opponent, one of the good exercises to do is to put a target and hit and stop, hit and stop, hit and stop, okay? For example, even if it's on the floor, I can hit and stop just before, okay? So at the beginning, I just do far, but slowly, you see? And I come very near until I can really only touch it light. This is too much, right? So now I do it very slow. And I just do a little touch. Then I can do the same thing without touching at all. Now, if I want to do a fan motion, I will create like a fan motion. You can also hear the whistle of the air. Okay? And if I go straight, it's more shallow. If I go deep with an angle, it will create a stronger sound, and the cut will be much more efficient because I go into the body and out. Okay? So you can practice. It's like I'm cutting and going out. Okay? So you have to learn that kind of motion so you know when to stop, when to touch lightly, and when to cut deep and do the damage. Alright guys, see you soon.